going on? It's Ace Claw here, and today you're all gonna learn how to edit like Flea and Milliam, the two legends. To do this, you will need the editing software Premiere Pro, as well as the Sapphire plugin. I mean, you can get the Sapphire plugin for free. Just search it up on YouTube, click the download links in the description, and follow the step-by-step tutorial in the video. I mean, you'll get it in no time. Thank you all so much for 200 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. If this helps you out at all, a like and sub would be much appreciated. But anyway, let's hop right into the video. Alright, so let's have a look at what we got here. So my song choice was Friends and Family by 404 Vincent. He's a legend. His songs are just incredible. Another song by him you should check out would be Talk a Lot. It's like incredible. His songs are all just a vibe, you know. So the way you want to record the cinematic is like you want to pan to the right or the left. You only want to pan to one side. You don't want to pan it back into the frame. Just pan on one side. I chose the right. You can do the left too. It doesn't really matter. See, that's all you want to do with the clip. Later on, we'll reverse the clip and copy it, and then make it so that it just comes right back into frame. So what you want to do is you want to click on the cinematic, or like all the clips that you're using, clip and the cinematic. You want to right click. You want to go where it says speed and duration, and it says time interpolation. You want to turn from frame. So it's usually on frame sampling, but I already turned it into optical flow for this one. So you want to turn it from frame sampling into optical flow. Alright, so what you want to do here is we want to look for the beat drop. So now we pause it right before, and now let's skip frame by frame just to see exactly where the beat drop is. See, hear that? Right there. That's exactly where the beat drop's gonna be.
I'm changing, cause I know I'm.
That's exactly where the beat drop is. So now what you want to do is you want to go on this clip and you want to look for exactly where the kill would be on this clip. You're gonna skip frame by frame. Now exactly where the ammo drops, like when the shot goes off, you don't do it when the damage comes up. You want to time it when exactly you shoot. See right there. As soon as the sparks come out of the gun, you can see right there. Right here. That's exactly when you want to do this. So that's me shooting. That's exactly what I want. So you want to clip, you want to cut, you want to split the clip on the audio and the actual clip. I'm going to bring this here and just put it on right there. And now you can bring this clip. You really want to trim this down because you won't need all of it. I mean, if you want some more, you can use it later, but for now, just trim it down a little bit. Grab this, just trim down for a little bit. Hold on. Alright. Bring this here and put it right there at the front. Alright. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure that where we start the cinematic, it's exactly like in the position where the cinematic is. So as you can see in the cinematic, the skin is holding the shotgun up. So we want to extend this out until it holds the shot. We need to put it down actually for this one. So exactly when the shotgun's straight, which would be about right here. So you want to trim this down. And now on this clip, we need to extend it out a little bit. Just, you know, extend this a little bit. Alright, now let's look for exactly where the shotgun's up, which would be about right there. So you want to trim this down. So now it's exactly synced. Alright, so what you want to do with the cinematic right now is you want to right click. You want to click the arrow key all the way down until it shows show clip keyframes. So you want to click on that and then click on time remapping and click on speed. Now this will bring up like the keyframes for it, you know? So you want to come all the way over here about right. I would say here is a good amount. You wanna click Control, hold Control, and on this white line, you wanna just click, and that adds a keyframe. So what you wanna do is you wanna crank this all the way up. Just crank the speed. You wanna hold on this line right before that, and just crank it up to about 500. What this does is it increases the speed. It makes it so much more faster. You could also keep it at around 600. 500 is a balanced amount in my opinion. Now we want to zoom in on this a little more. Now you want to there's two halves of this cinematic of this keyframe. So you want to extend this out. You want to grab it and just pull it like this. This will extend it a little bit. You want to just bring this one right here, this first little part of it, right about to the end. And you want to bring this about to the end as well. Oop, I went too far. Just gonna go to Control Z. You want to do this part slowly though. Don't let it disappear though. Just about right there. Right there is fine. Now, if you look at this, it's like, it's pretty fast, but we're not done yet. So what you want to do is, maybe increase it just a bit more. Make it a little faster. Let's increase it to about 600. That's about good. And now you want to click on this keyframe and this little blue thing will show up. You want to grab the bottom one and then drag it to the right and it'll make it really smooth. So what you want to do is you want to hold on this, you want to click cinematic. You want to hold Alt and you want to drag it to the side. What that did was just duplicate it. So what like the best idea here is to put this on the top and just bring this down a little bit so you can see this. You can shrink this part a little bit. Alright, now that we can see this part better, so it's basically a duplicate of this clip. So look, ready? It's an exact duplicate of that clip. So what you want to do is you want to see the speed of this clip. You want to crank it up until it fits in this area right here. Just crank it up, keep cranking it up. About 1,000. I did 1,000. For me, it worked. 1,000 was about perfect. As you can see, a max zoomed in. It's perfect with that. So now what you want to do is you want to just bring this down in here. Bring that right here. Now you can just do this again. Alright. Now as you can see, it's an exact clip, but this one's a little faster. What you want to do is you want to right click on the second clip. You want to see where it says speed and duration. Click this. And then click on reverse speed. And then click OK. It would look like this.
They try to tell me I'm changed.
What you want to do is you want to click on this clip. You want to right click. And go all the way down once again. To show clip keyframes. Click on that. Time remapping. And speed. Just like we did last time. So you want to come here. And this time it's easier if you come to effect controls up here. So come down here to where it says time remapping about right here. And come right here until where the shot's about to get off. Right there. So you want to put a keyframe right here. If you click this little circle right here, it'll put down a keyframe. Put that right there, and there's the keyframe. And now you want to put another keyframe where the damage is about to start coming up. Right there. I'll put it down another keyframe. So the best idea here is to just crank the speed up to about, I say 190 would be most comfortable amount. Around 190 is really comfortable to work with. So what you want to do now, after you bring this part right here in the middle to 190, this part right after it, you want to drag down to about 50. Right about there. And then this first part right here, you want to drag this one down to about 70. What this does is it's the clip. Now it speeds up and slows down. Now you can see how it's really choppy in the preview. But since you have optical flow on, after you render it and export it, since you have optical flow on, it will be really smooth, so no worries about that. So now what you want to do is you want to grab this keyframe and you want to drag it all the way to this end, right about there. And now after that, you want to bring this part of this keyframe and drag it right about, I would say right here. You can drag this out just a little bit. You know, do what's comfortable. Do what you think is comfortable. What you want to do is you want to grab this blue line once again, make it smooth the curve. Drag this to the right, grab the top one this time, and drag it to the right. Do about there. Then you want to drag this one, drag the top a little bit to the left, make that nice, beautiful curve. Well, after you do that, you want to do about there, and then you want to shrink this down to exactly where the audio ends. So you want to highlight, just hold, and then drag up just these two clips, the audio and this part. Right click on it, and then click on nest. And then it says nest sequence 1. Okay. So as soon as you're done with the time rehab mapping and you think it looks really good, then nest it. So you want to go to effects and you want to search up S underscore blur curves. It pops up right here. You want to bring this right here onto the first clip. Just bring that there. Alright. You're going to bring it onto the second clip as well. Let's make sure it's on there. Okay, yeah, it's on there. And bring the third one right under there. So now all of these have blur curves on them, right? Now what you want to do is you want to go to the first one. You want to come to effect controls. It's just auto saved, alright, it's nice. And you want to come about right down to where it says blur curves. See right here, blur curves. You want to go about, let's see right here. So let's see where the cinematic is. Cinematic's right there. You want to go 1, 2. Hold on. Just make sure there's 2. Alright. So you want to go right here. And you want to make sure you check the Z distance. Shift X, Shift Y. Wrap X should be reflect. And the wrap Y should also be reflect. So what we're doing right now with these blur curves is creating a transition from this into a cinematic. So right here is where you want to put the other, like change all these things. So the Z distance should be let's see here. I think it's around 0.8. Should make the Z distance 0.8. Make the Shift X distance to about 260. So Shift X 260. And you have to make the Shift Y to around -62. This is the first part of that blur curve. There's still more parts to it. Alright guys, so what you want to do now is you want to click on the cinematic. Let's zoom in here. And then let's go down on the effect controls to where it says S blur curves. So what you want to do after you're here is you want to check the Z distance, Shift X and Shift Y. Make the wrap X reflect, make the wrap Y reflect, and then make the Z distance about 1.2. After you make the Z distance about 1.2, make the Shift X to about -283, not 183. Oh, -283 is probably better. And then Shift Y should be about 96. That would look nice. And now you want to click 1, 2, 3 keyframes, and then you want to reset these. So you want to turn this back to 1, turn this to 0, turn this to 0. So now what this looks like. Alright. Now what you want to do is you want to drag this, right? You want to come all the way to the end of the cinematic. Right about here, come on, just a little further. Now you want to hold and then select all these keyframes Then hold Alt while you click on all these keyframes and then drag. So basically we just copied these keyframes. I'll just move these over to the side a little bit and then move these three just to the very end of that. Now we want to just make it on this other side too. So you're going to come right here and you're going to go 1, 2, 3 keyframes past. I'm going to scroll down to about right here where it says S blur curves again. I'm going to check the Z distance, Shift X, Shift Y. Oops, I accidentally clicked Shift X twice. Alright, now we're there. 1, 2, 3. And now you want to see where it says wrap X and wrap Y. You want to turn that into reflect and turn wrap Y into reflect as well. So now this is just to reset what we're going to do later. Right here. Alright. Right here, we're gonna make the Z distance to about 0.8. Then we're gonna make the Shift X to about 283. And the Shift Y should be around -90. You are done with the blur curve, so let's see what we have right now.
Cause I know I'm about to make it.
You wanna go in File, New. You wanna come over here and click on Legacy Title. Now it will show like the name. You can call it Title 1. I will call it Top Bar because I'm just gonna make this the top bar. Now this will bring up this, right? So you wanna click on this box icon right here, the rectangle tool. Click right here. Alright, what you wanna do is right about here, you want to drag, click and drag. You want to make it so like the second line you'll have. Now just do it exactly like I'm doing. Just like this. Keep that right about there on that inside box top. Just do that right there. Oh, you have that highlighted. Alright, right here up here. Color. And then you want to come all the way up to the black. Click OK. Now you got one black bar. Now all you want to do is click X, there's no saving necessary. And then it'll show up right here, top bar. I'm going to bring the top bar right about here. And now you want to click on File again, New, and then Legacy Title once again. I want to make this the bottom bar. Click OK. So now you want to come right here. You want to just select it all the way. All the way down here. You want to go up just so it's on the top, the bottom of that inside box. And where it says color, you're going to click right here, make it black, and click OK. And there's the bottom bar. Now you want to click X, bring the bottom bar right in here. You want to come right here. You want to go to about where the transition's about to start. Right about here. Here. We need to have, you go click on here on the top bar, click on where it says position, and add a keyframe right there, and make that position. And click on this position, and then drag to the side to make it go down. But you want to drag it to the left side, so it goes up. Alright, just drag to the left side, drag all the way. Drag, keep dragging until it's just not visible. You can also bring this just right in there. We only need the top bar to start right there. Alright. Right there, and then right when the transition ends for that second part, right there, you want to make this and drag the top bar to the right so it's visible again. We're going to do the same with the bottom bar. So what this does is just casually brings in. So you see that? Slowly came in. See exactly where that cinematic ended over here. Okay, when you're still in the cinematic, do that. Perfect. So right here, you want to add a keyframe on position. And then you want to come down to where this is about to end. Yeah, just right about there. That's fine. And then you want to bring at least of the top bar, or for now, let's do the bottom bar just now. Bottom bar, you want to bring this down. Actually, you want to go the opposite way, just so that this is invisible. Alright, and then we have that transition for that. Alright, now what this does is a really cool effect. You should see this.
They try to tell me I'm changing, cause I know I'm about to make it.
Effects, and search up S_shake. And then it should be right here under Sapphire Distort. I'm gonna bring it right down here to this cinematic. Show you the cinematic. It's like really, shaky right now. You wanna like dial that down a little bit. So I'm gonna scroll down to shake. There's no keyframes needed for this cinematic part. And you wanna make this 1 point. Actually, let's make this one 2. About 2. Frequency should be 4. Scroll down. The X shake, X rand amp should be 0. That's 0. Y shake, Y rand amp should be 0. And tilt shake is also going to be 0. But with the tilt wave amp, you want to make this 2. So let's add another shake effect on the clip right after the cinematic. You want to go down to where it says S shake. You want to just put down the amplitude for a little bit. Keep the frequency at 4. Let's make the X shake to 0, like we did last time. Just copy the same settings. 0, right there. Tilt shake, tilt rand amp should be 0. Then the tilt wave amp should be 2. Now, come up. Now you want to add a keyframe right here. Add a keyframe. And make it, add another keyframe before you want it to stop. And then go a little further to let it fade out. And then make this amplitude 0. So what it's doing right here is this. It's just going to shake hard for a little bit.
They try to tell me I'm changing, cause I know I'm about to.
And it fades out. So for this one, you want to search up. It's another Sapphire effect. Search S_hue sat bright. It's already right there. I'm gonna bring this to the second, the clip right after the cinematic. Let's call it that. And right as the shot goes up, let's see where the shot goes off. Right about there is when the shot goes off. So since the shot goes off right there, go 1 keyframe before. Come down here. You want to add a keyframe on brightness. You go to the right one, and then make this 1.3. And then now it's bright for a little bit. Now skip ahead a couple keyframes, and then put it back down to the normal amount. And what this would look like is this. It's just like an impact,
They try to tell me I'm changing.
I want to search up transform. So you want to bring that nested sequence one, which would be the name for mine, but it's the clip right after the cinematic. So you want to come right here. You want to zoom in a little bit. You want to go to where the shot is. It's about right there. Go to the clip right before it, like last time. Go down to where it says transform. You want to make a keyframe. We'll go once to the right, and then put the scale to 130. Then about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keyframes later, I'm gonna put this back down to 100. Now what this does, it just makes like a pulse, like a huge impact, with the bright.
They try to tell me I'm changing.
It just does that. Alright guys, so now what you want to do is you want to add the whoosh sound effect. So you can go on YouTube and download a whoosh sound. I'll give you an example right here. Let's put this up here. Something like that. Well guys, robot does it with the tutorial. I'll just show this clip on screen one more time right here.